So today we are going to talk about the dough dividers and the dough rounders today. This here is an example of the dough divider. And then this next one here is the dough rounder. So today on the agenda, we're going to talk about where to find these pieces of equipment on Sigma's website. We're going to talk about where and how customers use this piece of machine, upstream and downstream, our favorite manufacturers, the benefits and features of these pieces of equipment, the industries these are used in, and then key questions and key points when talking to clients and customers. So here on the website, you're going to go down to processing equipment. And then once you see bakery equipment, scroll down, and then you'll see dough dividers and then dough rounders. So a brief definition of what a dough divider is. The dough divider takes a large quantity of dough and divides it into pieces of equal weight or volume. And then the dividers are fed large quantities of dough into a gravity hopper, where the dough is metered into a divider chamber or extruder. And then the dough dividers come in a variety of number of pockets, so they produce 1 to 36 individual dough pieces. And then just a brief definition about the dough rounders. The dough rounder kneads and shape portions of dough for proofing. They can be used to round products like bread, buns, tortillas, and other bakery items. The most common type is a conical rounder, which is the example of this one here. It's a tabletop. It travels in a spiral pattern around the center axis. And then this step is typically after the dough is exited out of the dough divider. So the differences between a conical and a cylindrical. Like I said, the conical is the most commonly used one. And then the cylindrical one, it's pretty much just a difference in the structure of the two. So the upstream equipment, we have ingredient storage rooms, mixers, dough hoppers, dough elevators, and feed belts. And then for downstream equipment, we have conveyors, rollers, rotary die cutters, molding, ovens, cooling tunnels, metal detectors, and then also wrappers. And then this here is pretty much a demonstration of where you will find these two pieces in a production line. This first picture here on the left side, that's basically a bakery production line. Pretty much just showing you guys like a real example of where it'll be. So this first video here is going to be an Erika record manual divider. And this piece will primarily be found in your mom and pop type of operations. So the guy, he's basically placing the dough underneath the divider, and then he's pulling the hydraulic arm to basically divide those pieces of dough. And then he snaps it to safeguard, divides it up, and voila, have about 36 pieces of dough. And then this next video here is basically showing an automatic divider and an automatic rounder. This one will be found more in your high volume producing facilities. So the pieces are exiting off the divider, going onto the rounder. And I believe it's extruding 2 pieces of dough at a time. And as you guys can see, this piece also has the flour duster component as well. So here are a few of our manufacturers that we like to purchase these pieces of equipment from. We have Koenig, Peerless, WP Bakery Group, and Riser. And then the industries that these pieces of equipment are primarily used in, it's going to be in the bakery and pastry industries. And then some key takeaways for acquisitions. pretty much we want to know what is the minimum and maximum portion size that the piece will round. And then we also want to know, does the machine have those additional features? So does it have the flour duster or the pneumatic oil system? And then primarily the most important one, we definitely want to know what product was the machine last running. Depending on what facility was running, you can have gluten-free pieces of bakery, or you can have gluten bakery pieces. So definitely want to know which one, that way those two aren't conflicting with each other. And then for sales, key questions that we want to ask our customers is what product is the customer currently running as well? What is the production rate? And then how much space does the customer have in their facility for those pieces of equipment? And then for the engineering questions, primarily we want to know what type of rounder is it? Is it a conical or a cylindrical? What is the hopper capacity? What is the rounding length of the machine? And then the electricals. For a Sigma ohm piece example, we have D9981. It is a WP Bakery conical bread dough rounder. And then just a brief overview of it, the discharge height is 32 inches. And then for this one here, another Sigma ohm example, it is B4401, the Peerless PDP 6 bread and dough divider. Just a brief overview of this one. As you guys can see, it does takes up a little bit more floor space, so it is a little bit bigger, but it does produce white breads and other variety of breads as well. So to sum it up on what we have went over today for our category summary, dough rounders and dough dividers are primarily used for proofing and for cutting dough into smaller quantities so it can enter into ovens on the production line. And this concludes my presentation. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns today?